So this is Lesiba Mothupi, a young forex trader who is making millions day after day, and today he has bought her mother a car. As you can see, her mother is very proud of his son who is making millions from the forex market day after day. And today I want to give you an easy but powerful trading strategy that will guarantee that forex profits will be coming to you each and every day. So with this trading strategy, I've already modified it so that it can always make money from Monday to Friday. And with these forex profits, we can either do what Lesiba Mothupi is doing, buying a car for your parents, travel to Dubai in first class, or we can use these forex profits to invest, buy a mansion, buy cars, or start a business that will make you money outside of trading. But if you're stupid like other forex traders, you can spend all that money in the forex club, getting all the Instagram slay queens that you want. Then on Monday, we can come back to the charts, use this same strategy and make that man all back again. So to make this strategy easy for you to understand, I'm going to divide it into 3 parts, starting with how to find the direction. To find the direction of where the market is going, you first want to see the market forming higher highs and higher lows, which means it will have a first high and a low just like this. Then following it must also have a high which is higher than the previous high, just like this one right here. Then if you now go to the lows, it must also continue to form lows which are higher than the previous low, and this will now end up forming what is called an uptrend. So for you to actually make sure that you are in an uptrend, and also for you to be the first one to know that the market is about to turn, you actually have to draw a line which is touching a minimum of 1, 2 lows if the market is in an uptrend. So on the market, it will look like this, where you can actually see there is a low down here, and then from there the market is forming higher highs and higher lows going up. And if you continue going, you can now see the second touch of the trend line right here, and also the third one following it after that. Most beginner traders are confused when the market starts to go up and down in a small range like this, and they will start to think maybe the market is about to turn. And that is the first reason why I modified this actual strategy to make it easy for you, so that you don't get tricked when the market start to do things like this. So a much simpler way to actually draw a trend line is by using a simple moving average. So this moving average period must be 50, method exponential, apply to close, style 4 pixel and color blue. So now with this moving average, you now have what is called a dynamic trend line, of which when the market is above the trend line, this tells you that the market is in an uptrend, but when the market is below the trend line, this tells you that the market is in a downtrend. As a forex trader, this is a much easier way to actually know the direction of where the market is going right now. Since you now understand how to find the direction of the market, now you have to go to the second part of the strategy, which is finding the entry that will guarantee you always make money from the forex market. You actually do this by drawing what are called counter trend lines. These are trend lines which show the short-term direction of where the market is going, opposite to where the main direction was going, which we are seeing on this blue moving average. So to know that you've done this correctly, you have to touch minimum 2 points for you to actually know that you've drawn a correct counter trend line. So now what will end up happening is that the market is now in a box, but you already know that the main direction is for the market to actually go up. So right here, this is where patience now comes in place, because you have to wait when the market is actually going up and down until you actually see the market breaking outside of this box that you have put it into. Like what happened right here, where you have a big candle breaking through this counter trend line that actually draw. The most important thing to actually note is that a proper breakout is when this candle is going up, will actually go above the most recent high that was tagged by your counter trend line when it was going down. But you don't just enter immediately when you see a breakout like this, because sometimes it can be a fake out, then the candlesticks will start to come down and go back inside the range again, or even go the opposite direction. So what to do is you look at the first candle which breaks out. If it's a green candle, that's okay. Now wait for the second candle. If the second candle is also a green candle, then you can enter immediately. But if it's like this with also another red candle, you have to wait, because this is a signal that the market is going to turn. Just like what is happening right here, when you start to see big red candles now coming back to this counter trend line that you drew earlier. Now at this moment, you have to pay close attention to what will happen when the market gets to this counter trend line that you have right here. Actually see with the red candles continue going down, or when the market gets to this counter trend line, it will start to turn and start to form bullish candles and going up. And right now you can see a big green candle formed exactly at the counter trend line. And the most important thing to note is a big rejection at the bottom of this actual candle to show you that the market really wants to continue, which now means at the close of this candle is exactly where you now have your entry. And now this takes us to the third part of the strategy on how to make millions from the forex market. So now, before I show you exactly how you make millions from the forex market, first you must have a powerful and accurate strategy like the one that I've just given you today. Then also you must have money to actually trade, because in forex trading it takes money to actually make money. It doesn't matter that you only have $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever the amount that you have, that is your starting point. On top of that, you must be using the best broker that allows you to make any amount of money that you want. And to help you in choosing the best broker, I put the link of the broker that I've been using for the past 5 years, and this broker made me millions in the forex market, and I've withdrew all the millions from this broker without any problems. Now that you have all these things which is setting you for you to be a millionaire trader, all you need to do is now enter the trades exactly on a trade looking like this, and then wait for the market to actually give you profits just like this. So now when the market starts to turn like this, that means you can now draw counter trend lines below the lows that you actually see when the market forms these lows, and now put the market into a box between the moving average and the counter trend line. Then you wait for this counter trend line to be broken right here with a big red candle, preferably that goes below the most recent low that you have touching your counter trend line. Right here, this is where now you pay close attention, because if you get it correct right here, this is where you make your millions from this actual strategy. Look closely on the next candle that happens after this red candle. Let's zoom in, have a closer look. You can actually see what happened right there with a big red candle breaking through the counter trend line. Then after this red candle, there's also another second red candle just after it. With this strategy, when you have continuously down candles like this, and also a second red candle after the breakout like this tells you you have to enter the trade immediately, because the market is more pressure to the downside. And what you realize is that as soon as you enter the trade, the market will start going down, set into direction immediately. On this type of trade, it will not give you a second chance or a retracement back to the counter trend line. So just enter as soon as possible, make your profits when the market is going down. And this actually the same thing that also happened on this actual trade. And now on this actual trade, let's see which type of trade that we have right here. You can see we have the market giving us multiple lows